I loved my years in the chorus. The pride in our work, stardust in our eyes, the camaraderie, the bitchiness. I miss those big, noisy dressing rooms. And when I get together with my friends from that time, I know they do too. She was the last Rockette at the end of the line. I can see her yet, the last Rockette, always dancing in time. She never thought she'd see the day when all her dreams would fade away. She was the last Rockette, and it smelled of sweat past the dressing room door. I can see her yet in her black fishnet, eating dinner at 4. She never thought she'd see the day when all her dreams would fade away. So she married the bassman in the music hall band, and they dreamed of a family. Getting out from under was what she had planned, but somehow it never came to be. The last Rockette will never forget how the audience roared. When the music played, she could go on for days to the very last chord. And although she was the last in line, she always said, "This applause is mine." So she keeps reliving the steps in her head. At night the pipe organ plays in her bed. The world will never forget the last Rockette. Our dance director, Russell Market, he said I could kick the highest of all the girls, even though I was the shortest. You see, they used to put the big ones in the middle and the little ones at the end, so we made a kind of pyramid, you know. Oh, but you had to toe the line at Radio City. No drinking, no smoking. There weren't any of those stage door Johnnies you hear tell about. It was just work, work, work. 4 shows a day, 5 at Christmas time. Sometimes one of the girls would faint right out there on the stage, and the girl either side of her would have to hold her up until the number was over. Oh, but I loved Christmas at Radio City. How those kids would scream when Santa Claus came on. But the biggest applause of all came when we did the March of the Wooden Soldiers. They came from all over the world to see the Radio City Rockettes. You know, I always meant to leave the line and be in a Broadway show, but then I married Sam. Sam played bass in the music hall band. Not the only fellas we ever met were the musicians and the stagehands. And we were gonna settle down, raise a family, but just kept putting things off. Then one day, they let me go. After 25 years. I could still kick just as high, but they let me go. They were real nice about it. They gave me a job back in wardrobe dressing the other girls, but it wasn't the same. Then after Sam had a heart attack, we moved to California. There weren't any lines of girls out there, so I got me a job as a waitress at Danny's. Temporary, because lately I've been practicing again. I can kick just as high. I'm gonna get my own act together, play some of the clubs, and I'm gonna call myself the Last Rockette. 'Cause you know something? I really miss that applause. The last Rockette will never forget how the audience roared. Oh, when the music played, she could go on for days to the very last chord. And although she was the last in line, she always said, "This applause is mine." So she keeps reliving the steps in her head. At night the pipe organ plays in her bed. The world will never forget the last Rockette. The last Rockette. The last Rockette.